Before we proceed today, I would like to show you people clips of houses I went to see when I was looking for an apartment. And trust me, when I say Lagos is a wild place, Lagos is a very, very, very wild place. So I actually kept some videos that I'm going to be showing people. Just hold on and watch them.
My darlings, December of 2023 up until March of 2024 marks one of the most difficult periods of my life, and this was because I was house hunting in Lagos, which is extreme sport. Guys, I do not even pray for that period for anybody because it is a lot. There is nothing I didn't think about during that period. I was not wishing that I wish I had a husband that probably would be doing all this running around, because guys, I've never even thought about okay, getting married. Yes, obviously I get married in the future, but then I was ready to like go and buy a husband if possible, because of the stress I went through with these agents. It's basically like they're telling them I want this and they are taking you to what does not even match the description you gave them in the first place. So my apartment they took me to were like okay, manageable, but then again I don't want manageable. I wanted something really, really good. But it's really difficult, but thank God eventually I got a place that I liked. But then again, I'm sending out my love to everybody that is out hunting in Lagos. Don't worry, God will see you through and God is going to guide you. Keep enjoying the rest of the video. All of my love, my darlings. Kiss kiss.
Hi G Gang, welcome to another exciting episode on the channel. It is Gloria Oboye and it feels good to be back again. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If this is your first time stopping by, you're very welcome. Please join the family, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back to watch my content. Like I always say, I do not take your love for granted, and it literally really, really goes a long way. I'm very, very grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much, and God bless you. So on today's episode, I'll be sharing certain tips and tricks you need to know when you're house hunting in Lagos. So basically, I'm a YouTuber from Lagos, Nigeria. I live in Lagos, Nigeria. So Lagos has a lot of local government, but it's broadly divided into two, which we have mainland Lagos and island Lagos. So I live in the mainland of Lagos, and house hunting generally in Lagos is a lot of hassle because at this point Lagos is literally overpopulated, but yet like there's like few accommodation. Even the housing available is not really all that, is not so great, and it's a struggle like trying to get a new place in Lagos, because it's either you are faced with challenges bordering around your budget, or you even have a budget that you are not getting what you want, and it's just the struggle is endless. But today in this video, I'm here to like drop a couple of things you must look out for in your house hunting in Lagos. Because if you don't know these things, trust me, you're going to end up getting a bad apartment or somewhere you want to like move out from in maybe after like a year of being there. So for those of you that don't live in Nigeria, let me explain the housing structure and the payment structure in Lagos so you understand certain things. So I'll start with the payment structure. For Lagos housing or housing in Nigeria generally, you pay your rent yearly, apart from maybe the recent introduction of certain short let apartments or apartments you can pay monthly, but generally in Nigeria as a whole, you pay your rent on a yearly basis. So that just means once you make a one-time payment, you are not paying anything again, and that's just gonna be it. So when you are looking for a house in Lagos, particularly in Lagos, you have to pay your rent, which will be a very substantial amount of money. Then you pay an agreement fee, which is supposed to be a like for me that fee should be scrapped, but you have to pay an agreement fee. Then you have to pay a commission. So the commission is being basically paid on or for or to the landlord and the agent. So usually in most cases the commission you pay on your housing in Lagos is usually split between the landlord and the agent that brought you to the property, that you saw, you liked, and you would eventually stay. Then most cases they'll ask you to pay a caution fee. So a caution fee is basically so if you damage anything in the house when you're leaving, maybe in a year, 2 years, whenever you decide to leave, so they'll use that money they collected when you were paying your rent and the other bills to cover up for the damage you must have done in the house. But if in the event that there is no damage whatsoever, they usually return the caution fee to you. But in most cases, because I had this scenario, they did not return it. So guys, don't trust them. So I think one of the best tips I will give is, if you are paying a caution fee, make sure it's written somewhere, like you have a document to state that when you're leaving the place and there's no damage done to the apartment, you are going to get your money back. If not, in most cases, your money just goes, you'd never get your money back. So that's one tip for you. Now, for the major things you should look out for when you're looking for a house in Lagos, I actually have my notepad with me, so I wrote down a couple of things so I will not forget, because these things basically, they are going to help you make the perfect decision. So the first tip I would advise anybody, or the first thing you must look out for when you're looking for a place, make sure the landlord does not stay there. Yes, I said it. Make sure you stay in a house that a landlord does not stay. And this is because the way the Nigerian housing system is, most landlords build their houses, then they themselves, they have like a flat in the house, and they build like some other parts for their tenants and those kind of stuff. So once a landlord stays there, to a very, very large extent, you are in trouble, because it's maybe one in maybe 100 cases that you get a really good landlord that doesn't care about you, or that, when I mean care about you, that they don't disturb you, they don't bother you. But in most cases and in most houses in Lagos that the landlord live in, there's always one problem or the other. It's either the landlord is restricting your movement by telling you, oh, you can't come back by 8 p.m, you can't open the gates once it's 10 p.m, you can't do this, you can't. There's always a you can't. Like, it's basically, you are working on, when you are living in houses like that, you are literally working on eggshells. You are not just free. I'm going to insert a video of a landlady situation in her tenant, that she was literally beating up a tenant friend. I'm going to insert that video here for you guys to see.
Hey God, now okay, should we go, man? She should leave my compound.
Yeah.
Leave my compound. I don't want her in my compound.
You are 6 o'clock again, Mama.
She should go.
I came to see my sister. You're not the one.
I said go.
No, why did you shout?
No.
Why did you? I get to see my sister. Telling me to come see 1 minute and come. What am I supposed to do?
She should go.
Did I touch her?
Well, guys, honestly, do not stay in a house a landlord stays, and that's one thing I look out for. When I'm speaking to the agent or any agent here in Lagos, the first thing I ask is, does a landlord stay in the house? If a landlord stays there, it is a no for me. I'm not going to view. I'm not going. I don't want anything to do with a property that a landlord stays in. No way, I do not. So don't do it. Don't advise your friends to do it. No matter how they say, oh, the landlord is good, he will not stress you. Lies. They're lying, guys. They're lying, because at the end of the day, you end up regretting it. Because I've heard a lot of awful stories. That's always been my own ground rule before I started living alone. But with the stories I've heard, with what I've read on the internet over time, what I've even seen, scenarios which my friends have told me how their landlord is their landlord, that I'm like, what? Like, it's really crazy that most landlords will give you a curfew. That's how bad. So don't do it. Don't stay in a house that there is a landlord. Secondly, utility bills. Yes, in Lagos, there's a system in which in houses that you don't have a prepaid meter. So a prepaid meter is basically essential, or very, very important for any building to have, because it means that you're literally buying electricity and you can control your usage. But if you are getting a place, it is very important for you to go for a place that has a prepaid meter as opposed to an estimated bill. So the prepaid meter is, you can control your usage, you recharge the meter when you're out of electricity, and when there is no power, you know there is no power. But in a situation where you are using estimated bill, that's crazy. In my former apartment, let me give you guys a story. My former apartment where I was living, so before we got prepaid meters, when we moved there, because it was a new building, the NEPA officials were coming to bring estimated bills, and it was still reasonable up until like 3 months, 4 months later. They started bringing outrageous bills, and one of them made a statement that literally stuck with me. And the person was like, oh, with all the cars in this compound, when we started like protesting against the estimated bill they brought that was like too much, they're like, oh, with all the cars in this compound, are you people telling me you cannot pay this bill? Like, they were literally not charging us for our power consumption. They were charging us based on the fact that they feel like, oh, if there are this many cars in this compound, then you people should be able to pay any bill we give you, which does not even make any sense at all. So in a sense whereby there is no there is no prepaid meter, I do not advise you, do not stay in a house that does not have a prepaid meter in Lagos. Do not try it, because with prepaid meter you can control your consumption. With no prepaid meter, they will bring any bill and you cannot contest it. Even though you try to contest it, you try to go and complain and whatnot, they will not answer you. You will just be stuck with bills. And also make sure you check that the apartment or the house you are moving into don't have like outstanding bills they are yet to clear. Because if you don't do your checks properly, ask to see their life. If for example they are even using estimated bill and they don't have a prepaid meter, ask to see the most current bill. So using the most current bill, then you'll be able to see if there's an outstanding. And if you know there's an outstanding, run. No, like run. Do not stay in a house that you know that, oh, the house is they have an outstanding bill on the estimated bill. Do not try it, because you are going to really regret it. Do not try it. So that's my second tip. Thirdly, do not stay in a house that you don't have access to pump the water. Most people are they are lucky, or they are opportune to stay in service apartments that they don't have to worry about certain things in the facility. You don't have to worry about who turns on the pumping machine for water, or the security that opens the gate. But averagely, for an average person that lives in Lagos, that you know, oh, maybe you're just looking for a very nice comfortable space that you don't have, like you're working with a budget, because service apartments in Lagos can be really expensive. But if you're living in a place where probably you it's not serviced and you have to like do certain things yourself, make sure you stay in a place that you have access to the pumping machine, and that anybody in the house can go there and turn on the pumping machine to pump water. Because if you don't do that, and make sure the water runs well and the water is clean, because a major reason why I'm living this apartment I'm filming this video in, because in the next couple of videos you should have changed my apartment. A major reason I'm living because of dirty water. My water here is not clean, so that's a major thing. Make sure your water is clean and it is accessible, like it is easy for you to go there, easily turn on your pumping machine pump, and nobody regulates it. Like anybody can go there, your neighbors can go there, and you have access to water anytime, either from pumping it or from usage or from how clean and the all good stuff. So that's another thing you should look out for. Fourthly, light, which is electricity. Guys, let me tell you something. Another reason why I'm leaving this apartment again is because of the electricity in the area. Like, it is very important. So after I got my place, I got to discover that in Lagos, I don't know if it happens in other states in Nigeria, but certain areas, like certain maybe areas or streets, they have their band, they have a band of electricity they are on. So there's like a band A, there's a band B, there's a band C, and I think a band D. So if you're on a band A, you get about maybe 20 hours of electricity a day to like 24 hours a day. If you're on band B, you get about maybe 16 hours of electricity a day. If you're on band C, maybe 10 hours. Band D, maybe 4 hours or 2 hours. And guys, when I checked after I moved in here, I discovered that we're on band D, like band D, which is like the 2 hours. And guys, it's really manifesting. You can see how I'm sweaty. Like I'm really sweaty as I'm filming this video, and it's because I cannot turn on my gen because it's quite loud, so you know, and it's close to like my room, so it's going to sound in the video. So that's why I can't even turn on my gen. But then again, guys, so that's when you can see it like playing out real live in this video. I'm not even exaggerating. So do not do it. Make sure you check the electricity band of the area. It is very important. Check it. Ask around, because asking around does not just solve your problem. Make sure you do your personal research. Because when I came, I asked everybody like, oh, how good is electricity? They're like, oh, it's good. It's pretty nice. On an average, we get up to like 10 hours. I'm like, okay, fair. It is Nigeria. Power is not like so stable, but 10 hours, I can work with that. But guys, even 2 hours. Even the 2 hours, it is a struggle. Like my gen is literally running like almost every time. Like in 24 hours, my gen literally runs for like maybe 14 hours or 10 hours a day. Like in 24 hours, like almost, I do that almost every day. I know the amount I've spent on fuel since I moved into this apartment. So guys, this is me talking from a place of pain. Do not try it. Make sure you are sure there's constant power. And if you know the area does not have constant power and you like the house or whatever, make other provisions. Make other provisions of either getting an inverter or be ready to power your gen every time. But make sure you know. So because for me, if I knew, I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have taken it, because I prioritize electricity so much. I don't care how much it costs, but as far as I'm getting the power, I would pay for it. But when I'm not getting it, because if you're not paying for power, you're buying fuel, so you have to pick one. And I think I'll pick the power, because with the generator noise, it's not nice. It's not nice to the ear. So I'd rather pick electricity as opposed to generator. So make sure you look out, you ask questions, you do your personal research is very important. Check the band. There's a way you can check it for people that are staying in Lagos. There's a way you can check for the electricity band of your area on Google. Yes, I think it's via the local government in Lagos or something like that, or via the electricity distributor, because in Lagos we have, I think, Ikeja Disco and Eco Disco, something like that. So check your disco, check the band, check the area, just check everything you need to know for power, so you'll not be like me and say I'm sweating, you'll not be sweating like me when you're filming in your house. So that's another point. Number five, guys, security. That I would have said, ordinarily that would be the first thing you look out for, but then the way Lagos will harden you up, like when Lagos hardens you up, you will know that there are things that are even worse than not being secure or not being safe. But just kidding, security is very, very important, obviously, because security of life and property is very, very important. But please make sure, even though you're looking out for security, look out for water, look out for light, because those things you will cry. I know how many times I've cried, but then we move. So guys, yes, security is also very, very important. Make sure you're staying in a very secure, safe place. If there's one thing I like about my new place, it is really quiet. It is very, very secure. There's like a main gate, then there's another gate before you even get to my house, and my own house gate. So like I feel really, really safe here, in as much as I have to, but then again, I feel really safe here. And yes, I would give thumbs up to the owners for that. Yeah, but then I can't do it. I can't do it. The sixth tip is this is very important. It's very, 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 very important. And let me say that if you're looking for a house, make sure there is no school, there is no church, there is no mosque, there is no herbalist shrine. Make sure make sure there's no school. Trust me, like I'm talking from experience. My former apartment where I used to film from, I had a school. That's one of the things that even made me leave YouTube somewhat, because at that point in time, when the school is in session, I cannot film because the noise is going to enter into my mic. Obviously, my house is not soundproof. So if I was filming at that time, you'll be hearing children reciting the alphabet or singing poems or like a lot of stuff. It wasn't even gonna work, and I had to literally wait for them to like close, which is 3:30. And once it's 3:30, obviously the energy you have when you want to film in the morning is even the energy you have when you want to film like when the day is like almost over, like almost a close of business. So it was really, really wild. It was wild. So please and please. And every morning they were my alarm clock. They were literally like my alarm. I know their routine that once it's like 8:15. 8 o'clock rather, they're on the assembly ground. Once it's 8:15, they start reciting the poem. Once it's like 11 o'clock, it's break time. That's how much I know. I know their routine or their timetable like the back of my hand. Once it's 3:30, the kids are like the happiest people in the world because they are going home. It was good. I so much miss them here, because now in this new place, I wake up really like slow and happy. No noise. Not even though I'm not like happy, but then the noise, the quiet I have in this house, I'll take it any day and any time. So make sure you look out for a church, a mosque, a school, an herbalist shrine, any source of noise that you know that it's not something you can control. Because the thing is, you cannot even go and talk to these people and say, "Oh, please, I'm sleeping." This is Lagos, this is Nigeria. Nobody will even listen to you. So make sure, as you are looking for the perfect apartment that has POP, that has good lighting, that has this, make sure you look outside the premises. Look around the vicinity for either of these things I mentioned earlier. So that's another point. Then my number 7th point is network connection. Yes, you have to make sure where you are looking to move or where you are looking to move to is like has a good network connection. When I mean network connection, like internet connection, yes, because there are places that, because in Nigeria we have like 4 major network providers. We have MTN, Airtel, Glo, I think 9 Mobile or something. Well, I'm an MTN user, so there are places that you go to that your network will ordinarily not work. It is like normal. Maybe they don't have their network mast in those areas, or they don't have a lot, so it's not, the connection is just very, very poor. So make sure that when you are house hunting and you are there, one thing I did was when I was house hunting, I made sure that I tried to make a WhatsApp call on my phone while I'm inside the building or inside the house to make sure that there is enough connection and it is going well. So that's one thing. Make sure you check for internet connectivity, and not just via phone call, but via using your internet, and see how well and how fast it works. So guys, we have come to the end of the video. I'm going to end the video here, and I hope these tips I've mentioned is enough, or it's going to be enough for you to make the right decision when you're choosing your apartment in Lagos, and try not to get scammed by agents. I'm going to make a video on Lagos. I'm going to make a video on Lagos agents and how best to deal with them, because you see those sets of people that they are another problem in the housing system in Lagos, because they will take you through hell and back. Those guys, those Lagos agents, and then there's like generally agents all over the world, they are very, very annoying. But the ones in Nigeria, the ones in Lagos, it's like they were born to be that annoying, to be very callous, wicked, greedy, all the bad stuff you can think about. So in another video, I'm going to explain to you how to deal with them, what to look out for, because trust me guys, this is my house hunting period. It taught me so much. Like, I cried, I laughed. It was just a lot of emotions for me. It was a lot of emotions for me. So thank you, G Gang, for tuning in today. And like I always say, I do not take your love for granted. And again, it feels so good to be back. I'm so glad to be back. Thank you guys, and I will see you sooner than later. Bye. All of my love.